The Bermuda Triangle, often referred to as the Devil's Triangle, has gripped imaginations for decades. Stretching roughly between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this region in the North Atlantic Ocean has been associated with tales of disappeared ships, lost aircraft, and vanished crews. These stories have elevated the Bermuda Triangle to a legendary status, but how much truth lies behind the mystery? By exploring its origins, notable incidents, and scientific explanations, this video will separate fact from fiction, offering a deeper understanding of the Bermuda Triangle. The modern mythology of the Bermuda Triangle is a relatively recent phenomenon. The first mention of unusual activity came in a 1950 Miami Herald article by Edward Van Winkle Jones, reporting mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda area. This idea gained traction with a 1952 Fate magazine article by George X. Sand entitled, "Sea Mystery at Our Back Door." Sand described an undefined triangular zone where aircraft and ships allegedly vanished without explanation. However, it was Vincent Gaddis who solidified the area's paranormal reputation. Writing for Argosy magazine in 1964, he coined the term Bermuda Triangle, and later expanded on his claims in the book Invisible Horizons. Gaddis connected historical accidents in the region, creating a foundation for conspiracy theories involving supernatural forces. Writers and researchers like Charles Berlitz and Richard Weiner would later popularize Gaddis's claims, incorporating stories of UFOs, Atlantis, and parallel dimensions into the narrative. This synthesis of fact and fantasy turned the Bermuda Triangle from a geographical region into a cultural phenomenon. Stories of disappearances form the heart of the Bermuda Triangle's reputation. Several high-profile incidents have fueled its legend over the years. Here's a detailed look at some of the most mysterious cases. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger bombers took off from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale on a routine training mission. Dubbed Flight 19, the group intended to perform bombing exercises east before returning west to base. However, things quickly took a turn. The flight leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported that his compass was malfunctioning and that the team was lost. His transmissions became increasingly erratic, with Taylor claiming, "We cannot be sure of any direction. Everything is wrong." With fuel running out and no solid bearings, all 5 planes vanished into the Atlantic. Tragically, a rescue plane sent to locate them also disappeared minutes after takeoff, with witnesses reportedly seeing an explosion over the ocean. While theories about magnetic anomalies or supernatural forces abound, investigators attributed the tragedy to navigational errors, likely compounded by poor weather. The USS Cyclops, a U.S. Navy cargo ship carrying over 10,000 tons of manganese ore, departed Barbados in 1918 on its way to Baltimore. The ship had 306 people on board when it vanished without a trace. No distress signals were sent, and despite exhaustive searches, no wreckage was found. Speculations ranged from storm damage and structural failure to enemy action during World War I, though none of these theories have been confirmed. Interestingly, 2 sister ships of the Cyclops, the Proteus and Nereus, suffered similar fates during World War II, while also carrying heavy ore. An overburdened hull is one theory that connects all 3 incidents. The Carroll A was a 5-masted schooner found aground and abandoned near North Carolina's Diamond Shoals in January 1921. The ship's galley was stocked, its sails were set, but the crew was nowhere to be found. Speculation about piracy or mutiny failed to yield clear answers. Adding to the intrigue, a message in a bottle surfaced claiming the crew was taken hostage by pirates, though it was quickly dismissed as a hoax. Unsolved mysteries like this one have been eagerly incorporated into Bermuda Triangle lore, though weather patterns and navigational challenges likely played a part. British South American Airways faced consecutive tragedies when 2 of its planes disappeared a year apart within or near the Bermuda Triangle. The first, the Star Tiger, vanished on January 30, 1948, while traveling from the Azores to Bermuda. Severe headwinds forced the aircraft to fly at lower altitudes, placing it at the limits of its fuel capacity. Just a year later, the Star Ariel disappeared on a clear day en route from Bermuda to Jamaica. Both cases remain unsolved, though mechanical failure and poor fuel management are plausible explanations. On December 28, 1948, A Douglas DC-3 passenger aircraft en route from Puerto Rico to Miami disappeared just 50 miles from its destination. The pilot had reported electrical issues prior to the disappearance, impacting his ability to maintain communication. No trace of the plane or its 32 passengers was discovered, leaving investigators with limited clues. Nevertheless, this incident is widely seen as an example of equipment failure rather than any paranormal occurrence. A yacht named the Connemara IV was discovered adrift in September 1955, entirely devoid of crew. Reports suggested it had been dragged to sea during Hurricane Ione, and the crew likely abandoned ship. Despite a rational explanation, the scene's eerie ambiance made it a prime candidate for Bermuda Triangle lore. Two U.S. Air Force KC-135 stratotankers collided mid-air about 300 miles west of Bermuda, sparking rumors of triangle involvement. Initially, it was believed the two crash sites were miles apart, but later examination revealed this to be a misunderstanding caused by misidentified debris fields. Though the Bermuda Triangle has captured the public's imagination, science provides logical answers to its mysteries. Maritime and aviation professionals often make split-second decisions in high-stress environments, and human mistakes are common contributors to accidents. Miscalculated navigation, compounded by unpredictable weather, has caused tragic events like Flight 19 and the loss of the DC-3. The Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current like a river in the water, flows through the triangle. It moves at speeds up to 4 to 6 miles per hour and can quickly carry debris far from a wreck's original location. This strong current complicates searches and contributes to the perception of ships or planes vanishing without a trace. The triangle lies in a storm-prone region, with hurricanes, tropical storms, and sudden downdrafts occurring frequently. Ships and aircraft without advanced forecasting systems were especially vulnerable in the early 20th century. Some speculate that methane gas eruptions from the seabed may reduce water density enough to sink ships. While plausible, no such eruptions have occurred in recent history, according to geological studies. Magnetic anomalies are often cited as explanations for disorientation, yet these variations are natural and well understood by navigators. Compasses naturally behave differently across large areas, especially near magnetic declination zones. The Bermuda Triangle has endured, not because of overwhelming evidence, but because of our innate fascination with the unknown. Sensational stories and cultural narratives amplify its mysterious allure, often obscuring the rational explanations that underlie many events. While science offers clarity, the Bermuda Triangle remains a reminder of how curiosity and myth can make even the vast ocean a little more intriguing. What's your take on the triangle? Real mystery or misunderstood legend? Share your thoughts below.